What prompted today's march is under the banner of the South African Police Union. And why is the union against the placing of police officers in 10,111 call centers? Who should be blamed for stalling progress towards addressing salary disputes at these centers? And was the sacking of Lieutenant Generals Benning Mhlemeza and Khomotso Pasane the right thing to do? What time is it? It's question time. Khodzong and welcome to the show. My name is Mpho. Members of the South African Police Union embarked on a march in some parts of the country today. At the center of this action is the recommendation stating that 10,111 staff salaries should be upgraded from level 5 to level 7. Apparently, the stalemate can be traced back to the era of former police Commissioner Riah. The union is also against the placing of police officers at emergency centers. It says this negatively impacts the fight against crime, since the police have a mandate to combat crime. Besides the salary dispute, call center workers are also complaining for being overworked, resulting in emergency phone being missed due to staff shortages. For its part, the Office of Police Minister Fikile Mbalula says he has promised to take the salary issue for review. We are live, and therefore you can call us and air your views. The numbers to dial 011-714-6842 or tweet us your comments. Then our Twitter handle is @QuestionTime24. My guest today, Mpho Gwiniga. He is the president of the South African Police Union, and joining us from our Hatfield studios in Pretoria, Vuyo Maga is the spokesperson of the Department of Police. Now, let me welcome you both, gentlemen. Well, we understand you talking about the salary disparity. You want people to be moved from level 5 to level 7. Let's talk monies here. How much are we talking about? You want people to be moved from earning how much per annum to how much per annum?
We want people to earn a decent salary as compared to other public service workers. Moved from salary grading 5 to salary grading level 7.
Okay, how much is that?
It's better compared to what they're being paid at salary level 5.
Yeah, but how much in terms of money?
I wouldn't do that to the public. Otherwise, I'll be exposing my members to an undue, and unfair practices towards them.
Okay, so this is a matter that has been dragging for quite some time. Why did you wait until 2017 June to protest? 2013, task team was formed under the guide of the current National Commissioner, whose contract is coming to an end on the 10th of June, General Phiyega. She bashed the unions. She found us at a center. We kept things under control that evening, the whole morning we were there. But when she came in there, she did not see any reason why unions should be there. And we thought she would handle it. Now, 4 years down the line, we are called in to come and resolve the very same matter, which we could have resolved should we have gone in to that meeting with her. So, I want to understand, 10,111 call centers, you are saying you don't want policemen and women to be the ones who are answering those calls?
No.
So does this mean that this level 5 grading that you want does not affect police persons?
We never said we don't want police officials to man that department. We said members who are at salary level 5 and are employed in terms of PSAP's Act, they have to be salary graded to salary level 7. And that is happening as a result of the study that took place in 2013. That task team recommended that those employees be moved to salary level 7. That task team recommendations were also dealt with by the then acting National Commissioner, General Patlane, when the members marched to his office And he then established a work study group, which is headed by Major General Mahato, which also came up with the same recommendations of the task team to say those members deserve to be graded to salary level 7.
And that has not happened.
That did not happen. When we got involved last year, around about October, November, the management indicated that they do not have money set aside for this kind of an activity. They really sympathize with the employees and that they should be given an opportunity to go and look for more money from the treasury. Because of what we saw, we then decided that this matter be placed before a bargaining council, because that is a relevant structure which can deal or even conciliate on the matters that are on hand.
Okay, let's get the department in here. We are welcome to question time. Why are you not implementing the recommendations that have been placed before you for so long?
Afternoon, Paul, and the president there. Actually, when the president, when the minister went to call center in Midrand, he made a surprise visit there. And some members of the workers of the call center really raised the matter with him. And he did actually indicate that he'll actually take it up. And today, you know, those members obviously marched to the minister in other areas of the department. We received the memorandum. And what we can actually say now that the preparations for that are relatively at an advanced stage when we got the briefing. And our understanding that they are going to the conciliation where they will be able then to conclude those discussions. So the discussions are there, they are at the advanced stage. And actually the minister did actually indicate that, you know, he will take the matter, and actually he has already taken the matter, as I'm actually reporting to you now, that he got the brief to say what exactly is happening in that space.
I think I must assist him, and I love him at his department very well. What is happening here is that when we went to the bargaining council, the purpose was to conciliate on these matters. The employer then said, bargaining council does not have jurisdiction to hear this matter. And we therefore declared a dispute. The results of this dispute were received yesterday around about 2 o'clock. Applicant number 1 was the South African Policing Union. Applicant number 2 was Pop Crew. Respondent was the South African Police Service. I must indicate to the public tonight that only the South African Policing Union managed to forward the heads of argument to the arbitrator and the respondent, which is SAPS. And on the basis of those arguments, the employer have lost this case, and they were directed that this matter be placed back at the bargaining council for conciliation. Okay, let's take, is it Simon in the file?
Yes, Paul, good evening. Thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome, Daddy.
Paul, mine is very short. I'm going to be blunt about this, Paul.
Yes, Daddy.
Pop Crew, the reason why the government is not taking Pop Crew serious is because Pop Crew's relationship with COSATU and the ruling government is the one that is actually compromising workers. We've been saying this all along that Pop Crew and these other units get out of COSATU because COSATU is having an intimate relationship with the ruling government. Now today they are threatening to shut down the 10111. And let me tell you something. The criminals are going to take advantage of the situation, and they are going to now kill people, and because they know that the 10111 won't be there.
But Simon,
yes,
Simon, Paul represents SAPU, not Pop Crew, and SAPU is now in this new federation. They are not aligned to COSATU at all.
Okay, no, my bad. I thought they are in COSATU. They took a good stance to go to the new federation because this new federation doesn't have relationship with the current government. And they should guard against that because any relationship with government compromise the very workers that they claim they want to represent.
Dr. Simon, thank you very much for that call. Well, I think his question is answered, but I want Vuyo to respond to what you just said. Vuyo? Vuyo?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, I wanted you to respond to what the president of SAPU has just said, because he's saying you lost the case, it was supposed to be taken back to the bargaining council, and therefore, I suspect strongly that he doesn't want to say that you are lying, but that's effectively what he is saying.
Not necessarily. Actually, it's about the location where this issue must actually be resolved. And I think that's what the president is saying, that it must actually be resolved at the bargaining council. And if that is the case, it must be there. What we are really looking forward, at least Minister Fikile Mbalula, is that this issue must be resolved. The most critical component, of our workers, which is 10,111 workers, basically are able to go back, and there's actually a peaceful resolution on the matter. That's where we are, and that's where our interest really lies.
But then, what is the department's attitude towards their demands?
No, that's what I'm saying. The discussion currently are relatively at the advanced stage inside. What will actually happen is that they are going to that bargaining council that you are talking about to really speak to the to the workers of 10,111 and then get that that resolution speedily.
Okay. Yeah. Wow.
I think he's coming from the relevant department, the ministry's department. It's not an operational department.
Yeah.
The people who are messing up on this matter are people who are coming from the operational environment. And
what do you mean they are messing up?
They are messing up because they love to procrastinate on matters. They think that is a political playfield. It is not a political playfield. The bargaining council in the police, it is an essential rendering service environment. And we must take each other very serious.
Yeah,
I don't play when I go there. And the employer must not send boys there who goes there and go and play in that environment. They must take that environment very seriously.
Yeah, but you are also entangling yourself into this question whether as an essential service provider, are you even allowed to strike?
The members who are at 10,111 centers, they are employed in terms of PISA. They have got the right to strike. Those that are employed in terms of the Police Act, they are not supposed to strike. But let me say this to you tonight, that those members that are working at the 10,111 centers, they are the eyes and ears of those people who are rendering an essential service on the ground.
Okay.
These are the people who make sure that the policeman goes into the crime scene and out of the crime scene uninjured.
Now, didn't this disrupt the 10,111 service?
No, we are a very responsible organization, I must say. We have allowed those that were to report for shift today to go and do their work, when the rest of those members, joined by other members and members of the public, by the way, because they sympathize with us, we went to the minister's office to go and indicate these plights, and also indicated to the minister, please have a look at these issues within the period of 14 days.
Okay. Bakang, you are in Rustenburg. Welcome.
Yes, Mpo, how are you?
I'm well, thanks for the call.
I'm fine. I'd actually like to find out something. Are these people that are working at 10,111 police officers, or did they just hire them for call center purposes? Because you find that just the other day, I think about 3 days ago, I tried to call 10,111.
Yes.
Calling them, the phone does not get through. So sometimes it's much more easier when you go through 173, because I saw a potential criminal there, somebody that has robbed me before. I could not approach the person. I tried making a call and nobody got back to me. You understand? So the thing is that sometimes you call 10,111, but nobody else answers the phone, and you don't get help unless if you go through the other call center. And then again, I understand where the guy is coming from about the salary level, because you find that these people, like the people that are working at the centers, if they are hired to be policemen and women and working at a lower salary level of which they are hired for, then it doesn't make sense.
Okay, Bakang, thank you very much. Vuyo, the efficiency of the 10111 call center, it's being questioned here. Your response?
Listen, you'll understand, the amount of work that, members or workers in 10111 are really facing. They are trying their level best, we can say. I mean, the minister, as I've said, was there, paid a surprise visit, and he was relatively quite happy with the work that and the service that was actually rendered there, understanding, the level of crime in this particular country, and obviously the minimum number of our people that are mending those areas. And obviously, society will obviously from now and again have a problem on that. But I think we'll actually, as we have said, we're just going to go there, pay an attention and say what other efficient means we can use, what other technologies can be used to augment the work that is done by the workers in 10111. So we are quite aware of the frustrations of our workers, of our people. But I think the work that, the 10111 workers are putting is quite commendable.
Zain, you're in Limpopo. Welcome.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Hi.
How are you?
We're well. Thanks for the call, Zain.
Fine, thanks, man.
Yes.
I want you to ask Mpo Fikile. I'm a SAPU member.
Okay.
Then I want to know, because these people, they forget us. There's another rank within the police officers, ne?
Mm-hmm.
which they are not taking care of it. Warrant officer.
Why are they not taking care of the warrant officers?
Yes, on promotions, because General Pachane and acting commissioner who now is out. They never talk about, they promote from the constable to sergeants to warrant officers, but they jumped warrant officers, they promote measures to lieutenant colonel. They never promoted warrant officers. Since now there are people who are running service for 20 years on the very same rank, or 18 years, 16 years on the very same rank. Just ask him, how far with this information.
Okay, thanks very much, Zain. Yes, indeed, but how does it happen that other ranks are considered and warrant officers are not?
They are post-bound. Posts that are post-bound,
yeah,
they are advertised. And when they are advertised and a suitable candidate takes over, will be then preferred for that position. Now, let me take South Africans back to 2010, when the then Minister of Police changed the police regulations and to include lieutenants and majors. He was trying to address the backlog of promotions of employees who are warrant officers from B1 even to B2. After introducing this, it did not work because the proper feasibility study was not done, which could have addressed the very same problem which the member is raising. This is not the only thing that is really acting as an attribute to the problem which the member is raising. There are other issues as well, which relate to the lateral appointments and the appointments through Section 45s. The National Commissioner of Police has the right to appoint people without following a proper procedure. Many people were brought into the system through those ranks, which made it impossible for the people who were deserving to become captains left unattended.
Okay.
These are matters which we raised with the management and they are aware about it.
Okay, hold it there. Let's take Anthea. Anthea, you're in Cape Town. Welcome.
Yes, Mpo. I've got a question for Mr. Fikile.
Yes, go ahead.
I feel, I'm a police officer, first of all.
Okay.
I feel like this union, they're taking care of public act more than the SAPS.
Police
yes,
Act, yes.
Yes. Now, my question is, when are they going to deal with the police? Because these people, police officers, are working more than the public act. Public act are working inside the office, they are safe. And these people are working on the street, and they're only getting 400 rand of danger allowance. When are they going to deal with that?
Thanks very much, Anthea.
Well, I'm famous tonight. You know, it's all about me. Look, the issue which the member have raised is a genuine matter. The members who are working in certain environments, provinces, I want to go beyond what she said. There are provinces such as Gauteng, KwaZulu-Natal, Western Cape, and some parts of Eastern Cape. These police officials that are working outside, they are exposed to danger more than any police officials posted in any of the provinces. We as the union have put a position paper at the bargaining council to say review the issue of the danger allowance and start attracting and use this as a retention strategy for those police officers who are working in these dangerous zones. So if she is in any of these provinces which I have raised, she must note that we are doing something to try and address their issues. When it comes to issues of work, PSAP members and the police officials, they complement one another. There is no one who works better than the other person.
Well, she feels that you are more worried about that.
But I'm correcting that one because she cannot work without an assistance from a call taker and a dispatcher from 10111.
Okay, Cyprian, you are in KZN. Welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, folks.
Yes, welcome.
Yeah, how are you?
We are well, Nchanba.
I'm fine for it. I'm calling from KZN in Marisburg. Can you hear me?
Yes, very well.
Yeah, I just want to ask that gentleman that is with you at your program there, Mr. Nkwinka.
Yes.
That these are people that are working in 10111, they must be moved from salary level 5 to
7.
Salary level 7.
Yes.
Yeah, just asking me, does that mean that those members are now going to earn more salaries than police members that are working functionally, your sergeants that are working, detectives and so on?
Ah, very good one there. Thank you very much, Cyprian. Yes.
Police officers may move from salary level 5 up until salary level 16. That is the National Commissioner.
Yes.
PSAP members can only move from salary level 5 up until salary level 8. For them to progress in the police, they will have to be translated into the ranking structures.
Yeah.
So it is not true that the PSAP members are more favored when it comes to issues of salaries and movement in terms of ranks, because their ranks only end at salary level 8.
Okay, let me just quickly bring in Vuyo here. Vuyo, it would appear there are serious challenges here. People saying they've been in one rank for 18 years, 20 years, and I know this for a fact that indeed people are complaining that we are not promoted. I've been a sergeant for 18, 20 years. What is going to happen? Is there any plan to ensure that, long-serving members are deservedly promoted?
Thanks, Mpo. If you go and look at the media briefing that the minister had from the strategic plan, one of the things that he said is that he will have to look, how do you promote and what is the transparency to promote police from one rank to another, and more especially the lower police. What are other means to make sure that their well-being, is taken care of, like housing? How do you make sure that they get a decent house? Those are the discussions that the minister actually had within the senior management in the police, as well as to say what are the issues. So I think as we go along, the minister will be able to pronounce himself on those couple of issues. But how then do you make sure that we are able to, police are able to graduate from one level to another level? How do we make sure that we've got a workforce that is actually happy, so that is able to execute the work adequately and is able to protect our people?
Thank you very much. Unfortunately, we have run out of time, but that was it for today on Question Time. A big thank you to my guests and to you for watching the show. From me and the entire crew,